Hey YouTube, welcome back to the channel. Sorry, I was laughing, I just fucked up an intro, so I'll have another video on my outtakes. Yeah, so this is going to be Top 3 Tuesday, baby. And I'm attempting to do the impossible. This is going to be my top 3 King of Fighters games. There's no doubt on my number 1. But there's one of them, I don't know. As of right, I'll stand by it then. Let's be strong now, Tony. I'll stand by it. Yeah, there's so many good games in the King of Fighters franchise, you know. And there are the unlimited match versions of the older ones that they're remaking and stuff like that. One of them, spoiler alert, is in my top 3, baby. So it's probably safer then, thinking about it, I'm not going to change my mind on my top 3, but it's probably safer if I don't do my honourable mentions. It's pretty much all the games I've got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9... 10 honourable mentions then, I suppose. And my top 3, okay? So in no particular order, right? So this isn't an order now. Only my top 3 are going to be in order. Because I always like to do honourable mentions, okay? The King of Fighters 12. Yeah, King of Fighters 12 is... I played most of these games in my series Around the World of 80 Games, okay? On that note as well, I'm gonna do like a recap video. I want to do it on a top 3 Tuesday. It'll probably be next week though, okay? What I plan to do is get all the games out. Most of them are physical, so I'll have about 70 games in front of me and I'll discuss them and stuff like that. I mean, I want to finish the series off with a bang, you know? Yeah, so when I played this on the series, visually, I do like it. I don't like what they did to, for example, Shogashi. I'm not sure of the story. I get a bit confused with the story. He looks younger. He looks skinny. He's not as buff. He's not the most buff. There's some massive dudes in this game, isn't there? The pace of the game as well was a little bit slower than what I enjoy. But it is overall a good game, you know. Sorry. Got my neighbours are... Sorry about that. Someone's dog's got out though. Well, it's not my dog. He doesn't go out. Yeah, another one then. Again, no particular order. King of Fighters 14. As you can see, I've got the Steelbook edition. I really do like it. I have said it before. Maybe on the back they could have had a few more characters, you know. They've just got the buildings. It's like a wasted opportunity there. But yeah, when you put the slip-on case, it does stand out when it's on the shelf, you know. I like it. I really like it, actually. There's tons of content in there. There's a really good roster. Like one of my favourite characters, Nakaruru. She's really good fun in it. Yeah, I do like that game. One of the most unpopular. People say they don't like the art style on it. I'm a big fan of the art style. It's not as good as King of Fighters 15, but yeah, I didn't have any problems with that game. Okay, this is kind of a cheating one. This is the Orochi Saga. Obviously, I've got the seal. I've got the digital as well. That's my go-to with this. So if you didn't know, it's got King of Fighters 94, 95, 96, 97, and 98. There is on my watch list or wish list on the PlayStation Store the new version or the newest version of the King of Fighters 98. I think it's actually called Final Edition or something, because they're always upgrading it, and they do a very good job when they upgrade these games, okay? There's a lot of love put into it, you can tell, and I really appreciate what they're doing with these games, you know? It's not just a fresh skin of paint. They actually keep the art style, the retro style, which is my favourite. But out of those games there, 98 is the best game. 97, 98 are miles better than the other three that's on there, you know. But none of those, this is probably where it's unpopular, haven't made my top three. Again, it's what I enjoy. Yeah, this is just my fucking list, you know, which means it's right. The worst game, or my least favourite King of Fighters game of all time, is Neowave, King of Fighters Neowave. Visually, it looks really good. Ticks all the boxes. Also, shout out, this is my first video I've ever filmed when it's actually dark outside. I didn't think it'd light up the background as well. It's doing really well. Hopefully it comes through on the video as good as it looks there, you know. I look a fucking mess, but it's not about me, it's about the games, baby. Yeah, this game is cheap as fuck. Do not, whatever you do, do not go as whip, because a whip is, unless your opponent's standing in exactly the right place, this is my experience with it, the whip is useless. If you're too close, guarantee if I was to play the computer against whip, she wouldn't land a hit on me, basically. As long, if it's not being cheap. If it was the same rules apply to me, yeah, fuck that game. That's my least favourite. But it kind of gets a pass. I will play it again. It gets a pass because it's a King of Fighters game. I thoroughly enjoyed it. So got Maximum Impact 1 and 2, okay? 2 is my favourite of the two, okay? And I thoroughly enjoyed this. The reason I didn't play it, or don't play it much, is it hasn't actually got... Okay, Leona's in it. It hasn't actually got my mains, like King isn't in it. And did I go Athena? I can't remember. Or Yuri? Who did I go? I can't remember who I went as, actually. But I did finish it. And the story... it hooked me. The best thing though with this game is the opening cutscene. It is a bit of a long cutscene, but it's definitely a product of its time. But this game, and I mean this as a compliment, gives me serious Tekken vibes. Do you know what I mean? I do wish they went that direction a little bit more. Like Street Fighter had the EX series. It'd be nice to see how good King of Fighters game, if they kept the team that made these games, obviously there was two of them, the team that made these games kept going. How good could those, like, imagine a King of Fighters as good as Tekken, do you know what I mean? Oh wow, that'd be amazing. And keep the 2D fighter thing going as well. That's just my opinion, but yeah, it's a good game. I get that one if you're only going to pick up one, but if you're a collector like me, you got to have both of them now. Good game. This is going up in price, actually. King of Fighters 11. I think I bought this for one of my mates, Chris, for his birthday last year. So shout out Chris. Hope you're enjoying it, pal. Again, what can I say? It's a beautiful looking game. Ticks all the boxes. The speed of it's a little tiny bit slow. I think I did all right on this one. I might have finished it, or maybe got to the boss. I don't mind, the bosses are cheap. They're known for being cheap. You know, you got to be very good to beat the bosses on any King of Fighters game these days. Yeah, good game. Definitely recommend it. The hardest one to find, quite possibly my favourite at the moment then. Yeah, it's my favourite King of Fighters game on the PlayStation 2. King of Fighters 2003. It's beautiful. I like the story. All the guys are there. Do you know what I mean? It's a good cast, good roster in there, good beefed up roster. Yeah, this is probably my favourite King of Fighters on the PS2 as of right. I'm looking. Yeah, as of right. I'll stick by it then. I was looking for this game. It wasn't even in CEX. Like, if in doubt, just go to CEX, isn't it? Or bite the bullet and order it online and play the CEX lottery. But they didn't even have it. And then it's the only time I've ever done it, I set up a notify me when it's in stock thing. I thought, will it work? I don't know. And it did work. They notified me. And I think I was on a week off or something. I couldn't hit that buy now button quick enough. And it didn't come with... I still got the receipts in there. I thought I had the manual. I always do. I think I got the manual. Yeah, so I went over a year looking for this game, okay? And they didn't have it in stock. Didn't have it everywhere. Nowhere had it in stock. And then I remember it arrived, and I was very happy with the condition of it. Again, the CEX lottery, it could have come trashed. So whoever had this, okay, they didn't have the instruction manual, but it is looked after, and most importantly, the game runs smooth as fuck. There's not a mark on the disc. Then we went to Cardiff either the day after or 2 days after, and it was the first time we ever went to Super Tomato in Cardiff. So shout out Super Tomato in Cardiff, and he had it there for around about the same price. I think it was a tiny bit more expensive, but I did have to pay for delivery for this. So it's worked out around about the same price. But I'd much rather have given my business to an independent rather than these big companies like CEX. You know, they're doing all right, aren't they? And he's a good guy in there, the manager, you know. So it was funny. It was like, it's happened a few times. We don't see a game anywhere. We order it, and then all of a sudden we see it everywhere we fucking go. Like, so I've, to be fair though, I haven't actually seen it anywhere else. This is quite a rare game. If you ever see this in the wild, just pick it up. I thoroughly enjoyed it. If you're half a fan of King of Fighters, yeah, this deserves to be in your collection, okay? So another shout out, King of Fighters 2002. I strongly love this game. If I was to do a top 5, this probably would be in my top 5. But this is the vanilla version, or the original version of it. We'll talk a bit more about a version later. And then this is a good one, 2000 and 2001. If you see this out there, definitely worth picking up. So it's got the 2 games are on there, okay? Looks really, the artwork, the graphics are really good. What can I say? It's a King of Fighters game. But this, I swear down, it was about 6 months ago. We were seeing it for like £1 or £2, and it was quite a common game. And now it's like 15 plus on eBay. Check it out now on eBay, you know. These games are not cheap. They're going up, up, up. I'm lucky enough. I wonder where I got it from, actually. I got this complete inbox, you know. Can't say. By the Retro Stash. I got it in Retro Stash. I must have paid... Oh, I bought loads of stuff that day. I think £4, I think it looks like I paid, you know. Fucking hell, I spent £103 in there that day. What the hell did I buy? What the hell? Half the receipts rubbed off, but yeah, I think I paid less than a £5 for it. But yeah, very good collection that is. But it's got the 2 games on there, you know, so it's 6 months worth of gameplay there, easy. Okay then. You might have worked out what's in my top 3. But yeah, do you know what? This does feel right, okay? I've only ever pre-ordered... Let me think now. I might have pre-ordered years ago a Deus Ex game. It came out on my birthday on the Xbox 360. Other than that, I've only ever pre-ordered 1 game. And that game is King of Fighters 15. So my number 3... So this is the... What do they call it? The Amiga edition. Oh, you can see in the background there, you get that t-shirt. Man's going the wrong way. You get that t-shirt that's there. It's a little bit on the snug side for me, you know. My muscles are too big for that. Just rip from the arms. Around the belly area, it's really loose, like any t-shirt, but around the chest and the shoulders and the arms, it'll just rip because my muscles are so big, you know. That's why I hang it up there. It's a lovely looking t-shirt, isn't it? So you get a bit of artwork and stuff. I got really good memories of when I went to pre-order this, because that's where I found my PS5. They had them in stock. I pre-ordered this in game in Neath. You can see what you get on it. But maybe it's biased because this is the current one, and I'm so tempted to pick up the Sam Show DLC. You got the Orochi cast as well, but it's like $12.99 for 3 characters. So you can buy so it's teams, isn't it? Obviously King of Fighters is teams. So it's $12.99 each, or $24.99 for the 2. So you save £1. I don't know, man, but it is Nakaruru's in there, you know, so, and Harumaru as well. So I'm just thinking I might just buy, it's only £1, so I might just buy the Sam Show DLC, you know, not the £25 one, you know, because that is a lot for 6 characters. And then maybe worry about it buy the other one when it will go on sale. But now I finished Around the World with 80 fighting games, I can, like, I play this one night, think, oh, I fucking love that, but then I've got like 2 months to go till I can, because I'm playing fighting games every day for 80 days, wasn't I? So I can take my time a bit more now. So so this is my number 3. Visually, I can't fault it. It looks beautiful. It is the free upgrade as well for the PS5. When I'm capturing it, no, I don't think my camera does it justice as how good this game looks. It's not the hardest, because I'm not very good at these games. I don't ever claim to be a fucking fighting game guru. I just someone who loves my fighting games, you know. But I really like this. Some of the characters, the best they've ever looked. Vanessa is, oh my god, I'm in love kind of thing. King, perfect as ever, you know. She plays and looks amazing. So that is my number 3. Number 2 is 2002, but this is the Unlimited match. Now, some don't do this very often. I've already got this on digital. I went on the PlayStation store for like 3 or 4 quid, and I thought, all right, go on, let's give it a go then. And it said all the things, the mechanics, and obviously you can play online with it and shit like that. I was addicted to this game. This game fucking rocks. Look at that roster. I think it's 63 characters or something like that in there. Yes, but what I like is the temptation might have been to polish up the characters, the sprite work or something, but no, they've purposely left it, because it's a work of art in my opinion. I know you've got, I love that, and I think that artwork's going to age really well. Like this has aged really well as well, but they're very different looking games, you know. So yeah, I'm a big fan of that game. It's a ton of fun. There's every single stage has got really interesting backgrounds. You can tell a lot of love has been put into the backgrounds, and fair play SNK, you fucking knocked it out of the park with that game. Okay, my number 1. And this game, depending on what day of the week and where the tide is and the positioning of the moon, some days it's my favourite game of all time. Not just my favourite fighting game. I've got 3 fighting games that are like, what they got, like Mount Rushmore, so far ahead. This is one of them, okay? So without further ado, my number 1 favourite King of Fighters game is King of Fighters... Sorry, I nearly said 2000... Right, King of Fighters 13. I fucked that up, didn't I? We'll edit that out with my my studio, you know. I did go for the deluxe edition with this. This, visually, it's got that retro, like, that style graphics thrown in with a little bit of modern. It's like, it came out, I think it's 2014. This came out the same year as, is it Street Fighter 4, I believe. And they're the only 2 big fighting games that came out that year, but it's one of my favourite fighting game years of all time. You probably can't see the graphics. I have played this on Around the World. Obviously, I played this on Around the World of 80 fighting games. I don't know what episode off the top of my head. But the soundtrack, the gameplay, the stages, the sound effect in this, like some of the stages, you're in like this underground temple, looks like, and everything's echoey. They didn't have to do that, did they? But it's like, oh yeah, do you know what I mean? This is the best the characters, every single character ever looked, okay? I love the way they go in with like 2014, King Fighters 14 and 15, but this is where it peaked, you know? Stages, very interesting. You can get lost in looking at the back the stages in this game. I wish they was on digital on the PlayStation Store so I could play it with my Victrix Pro, but I play this with my, what have I got for the PS3, my Hori Hayabusa, and I've got a Mad Catz as well, but my Hori is my main stick for the PS3, you know. So that is my number 1, and it should be your number 1, okay? This is the best, okay? What anyone said, this is the best King of Fighters game, okay? please let me know in the comments. Let's create a dialogue, okay? What's your top 3 King of Fighters games, or what did you think of my top 3? Am I wrong? It's quite brave, and I'm putting it out there. Most people, either King of Fighters 97 or 98 is in there, but I've got like retro in there, new, and well, middle retro-ish, I suppose. The route I've gone, okay? Yeah, so we'll leave it at that. Thank you very much, anyone that's watching. I really do appreciate each and every person that, we got busy lives, haven't we? So if anyone sits down or even takes time to click my video, even if you've clicked it by mistake, thanks for clicking my video by mistake. Please hit the like button and subscribe button by mistake too. I will love you forever. Yeah, so we'll cut it off there. Thank you very much, seriously now, for watching. Yeah, I'll stop talking. I love you. Bye.